episode of 501 Tacos. I'm your host, Taco Leartis, if you want to be fancy. Here with my co-host for the Anime and Chill Zone, Dark Britain DB. And DB actually just asked me a really great question. I'm going to let him run it back before we actually jump into the episode. You notice I didn't even go into the usual intro with the best voice in podcasting, history, spiciest podcaster, none of that stuff. I just love this question. So DB, whenever you're ready. Oh crap! I think I left mine.
When I was asking how you doing, or like I hit my effort.
Yeah, I think you asked me how this crazy week has been, and I legit said like, yeah, I hit my effort point probably this morning or late last night, one or the other, where it's just like, you know what, it's a wash. I don't care. I'm like, my bandwidth is low. My social battery is just non-existent. I just don't want to people for like the next 3 weeks. But I also just finished my second semester of grad school, so I got. Thank you. I have 3 weeks to myself. I actually finished all of my homework a day early. Yeah, I just August 1 has to be like a fresh, just I'm in epic mode, dude. Literally, like um, watching Dandadan on Netflix. I literally started episode 5 of season 2 today, and we're gonna touch on some Dandadan because it's just fire. But what about you, man? I know you said you hit yours last week. You had a nice little wedding you attended, and
Well, I got clipped on the way to the job interview, so that kind of like spun me for the
um,
week. So it was one where car got hit and I missed out on an opportunity. So it was just like F it.
wow,
Went and had a glass, and then thankfully that was when South Park came out. It was Thursday, so I literally closed off from the world and just watched people go, oh my god, I can't believe they did that, and just being like, oh, it feels so good. Because honestly, the stuff they're putting out now makes me feel like I was 19 watching and going, oh my goodness, and now it's 20 years later. So it's like, okay, it helped me say screw all of the like
yeah,
adulting stuff. There is still stuff you can laugh at there, and it hit me at the best possible moment because I was literally like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So first, I'll lean back up and say I'm sorry to hear that, man. As you know, and I try not to talk about this too publicly. Right? So I'm trying to get out of the habit of talking about it, but I had my own accident a couple years ago. So I'm sorry to hear, even if it's, you said you just got clipped. I'm glad you're okay. Um, Sorry to hear about that job interview and everything, but um, better opportunities on the way.
True. Yeah. So that's why being able to laugh after all that was the biggest thing. And that's why I was like, all right, screw it. What's done is done. Let's just hold off from the world and then reset. So now I'm trying to. This week has been picking
Yeah,
myself back up.
yeah. Well, good for you, man. I had another friend in uh, Kalamazoo. We were in undergrad together. She just turned 30. So she's still a kiddo, basically.
Babies.
But she's like, she just slept in today. She's like, sometimes our bodies need that rest. She doesn't want gray hair at 30. And I'm just like, well, yeah, my hairline is, you know, fighting for his life at this point at 35, but it is what it is. Um, Still get fresh fades. But anyway, yeah, dude, like, I just hit a point this week where I'm just like, fuck it. And, I had to drop the actual F bomb. Sorry, Khaleesi, but yeah, I just somebody said something to me the other day, and this is before I even hit the effort point. But somebody said something to me the other day on the elevator. I was like, I wonder why. Like, dude said something like a dog bit him or something happened to him, and I'm just like, oh, I wonder why. Because he was just like so annoying, obnoxious, and like people on the elevator like, Jesus Christ, Taco, like what? I'm like, I don't care at this point. Like, I've been catching strays and other BS for you know
It's one of those where you're almost at the situation where like you did something because the dog's not here.
there's that too.
So it's like, all right,
I mean, the dude actually is like a perpetual alcoholic. I don't think he's sober when he's sober. Um,
yeah.
yeah,
So
and
probably
it's just like he I just was at that point where I think he caught me right where I was at a point where I just caught straight. I'm like, dude, you're not going to imply Ghost bit you because Ghost would maul you if he really was like where I am right now. But and that's not to say Ghost is even a vicious dog. It's just that Ghost is tenacious as crap. Like I've seen him fight a Chow Chow, and he was given the Chow Chow like fits by darting and weaving. So um, luckily I did get him for the Chow Chow match to catch him. But um, that being said, we got some more positive topics, folks. Like it's anime and chill.
Well, that's what
Like I
anime
mean,
is.
literally, it's just a break from the world. All right, actually, so
It's almost like
I mean, it teaches me a lot. I wanted to actually jump in with OP and have you give us an update because I want to actually think Gear 5 is actually Toon Force, but I got to start with Dandadan. I mean, I already brought it up once. So, season 2, they're releasing episodes weekly. I'm nearly caught up. I'm like maybe 10 minutes into episode 5. I knew what was going to happen with the Great Snake arc and, Gigi's house. And I'm still like on the edge of my seat because it was so heartwarming and so moving. I'm literally damn near in tears because Momo is ready to swim in lava for her man, and they're not even official.
at all. Like, I love Dandadan because it is just a genuine. This is not a romance, but it's two people that are actually falling in love with each other. Just people, and it would have been just fine if it was a boy and a boy or a girl and a girl.
Adults.
It's just two people who just are from completely different like swaths of life. She's literally doing like the bad girl, just mm, like that walk. She does that walk, and you're just like, hold on, are your nuts slinging? Like,
She
what's
got some
going
balls.
on here? And then you have Okura, seriously, and then he doesn't have any, which is even
Literally,
funnier. But at the same time,
he's just trying to use nerve.
but at the same time, he
That is never not
yes,
going to be funny.
out.
Um,
And that's also a thing. It's like it has literally dick humor. Like it's just one of those things where it goes from very endearing to this very
it's
wholesome
hope.
thing, and now like to the point like she's literally gonna swim through lava. Um, they'll never admit it, but I read the manga, so I know something adorable is gonna happen between the two of them
Yeah.
here pretty soon. I'm incredibly excited to see that, and the internet's gonna burn down. But it's one where I'm just like that's it's not how I want to fall in love because I'm not 16 and I've done this before. But I can relish in someone just being like, you as a person are amazing. I'm not hard up because you have big boobs or you have blonde hair, blue eyes, or with this. Like, I just like arguing and being around you. Like the episode last season when they're trying to find each other and they're just like awkwardly going
Yeah.
by each other in so many different scenarios, like just dancing around. And it's just like, would you just kiss
So,
her?
but
It was,
let me push back here, dude, because it's so wholesome. And even though they're high schoolers, teenagers, 16, whatever, if you apply that, just that innocence, that precocious innocence to any romance, it immediately, I mean, just even friendships, it enhances it because they actually care about each other.
oh yeah.
They care about each other and their interests. I mean, I've read a chapter on a manga site. The site is not shonen. I'm sorry, I'm admitting that, but I was getting caught up, and somebody commented, Momo literally listens to Okuran talk about his autistic fixations as if it's the most interesting thing in the world, and I'm like, I want that for me. Literally.
I that is a part of the relationship. Yes, that is a very
I mean,
beautiful relationship. But the act of falling in love,
but see, I haven't felt that feeling part of love. I call it the chemical imbalance, but I'm going to actually be mature about it right now. Like me and my therapist are working through my issues. I'm going to literally be mature. I have not felt the feeling of love in so long, but I read Dada and I swear to God, I'm a grown man, but it makes me feel as if I should, when I find that person, it's going to be like this. I mean, like you said, it's not even the physical traits. Literally, there is a woman I'm actually interested in. I'm just trying to approach it. Um, wisely. But literally, it's not even just her physical features because that's not what caught my eye. It's just literally she respects me as a person. Like she literally is.
And they didn't even start off
They literally started off bad.
downplaying.
Yeah, and I mean, they got involved because of a bet to see who was actually telling the truth, and look how that went. But I mean, again, so like you mentioned, there's dick humor in it. Okuran saying, "I just need to get my nut back" will never not be funny, and Momo's just not helping. She's just like, "We gotta get your nuts. We gotta get the nut," and I'm just like, I will see. He's choking, folks. Imagine if I text you the screenshot that I sent to my friends with no context. I just literally send this in.
Just him like this.
I mean, but like, there's a chapter. This isn't even the anime. This isn't the manga. There's a chapter where he's trying not to get distracted. He's like, "No, I gotta focus on getting my nut back." I literally clipped that in a screenshot and just sent it to my friends randomly with no context. Just, I might send it 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning if I woke up at 4, because that's what time I usually get up. 4 in the morning, I need to get my nut back. My bro's like, "What are you on?" Like, my dude, Rob Stallion, shout out Rob. He's like, "What are you on right now, bro?" I'm like, "Bro, this shit is just never not going to be funny." And it's like, I mean, you get to other characters like Kenta, who just doesn't understand Okuran's Riz. And he's like, "Oh, it's got to be the dirty jokes." No, you dipshit, but he's so hilarious too. So I just love Dandadan because it makes me, not only do I just escape, but it takes me back to a point in my life when things felt innocent and silly and lighthearted, even when they're like fighting down an armada of aliens, or they're going up against a yokai and um, whatever. Like, it just takes me back to a point where things were so much simpler, you know. And that's what I appreciated about it. Like, you mentioned it's endearing. It's just completely heartwarming and wholesome to me. I mean, it reminds me of Kotaro Lives Alone. Um, and bro, I'm gonna say this now because this is actually what I was gonna answer that. I cried every 4 minutes of Kotaro Lives Alone, of every episode. Every 4 minutes, I'm crying. I'm a grown man. I'm 35, folks. I have no shame in admitting that. It's completely healthy.
I was crying this morning at one.
Well, let's jump into One Piece then, because I mean, I can go on about Dandadan all day, but I want to get caught up on. Oh, shout out to the Evil Eye too. It's like, it's fucking weird. But Dandadan, I not Dandadan. OP. I mean, let's talk to me about that. Like, what's going on? I'm not in the know of OP, but I have seen online that there's a debate if Gear 5 is actually Toon Force. And are you familiar with Toon Force? So Toon Force is like that Bugs Bunny, Looney Tunes reality war. And I that's interesting to me because I know that someone did a 1v1 with Naruto and Luffy, and they said adult-based Naruto beats Luffy. But if Toon Force is Gear 5, I mean, if Gear 5 is Toon Force, then is Luffy a reality warper and basically immortal? What are his limits?
No to that latter part that you said, but by the quote-unquote definition, physical concept where they can manipulate reality to bypass conventional physical laws for comedic effects. Yes, because of, well, one, we understand in the world of One Piece that you have your devil fruits, and when you eat it, it affects you. But when you awaken it, you are able to impact entities around you within and warp the quote-unquote understood reality. So let's say I have a magnetic powers, I can only use magnetism myself, but if I'd awoken it, I can make this stuffy behind me.
Which one is that, by the way?
Literally, Luffy.
Which stuffy is that?
What's up? Oh, this is Sprigatito.
What generation? Because I've fallen out.
This is Jin 7. It's the one that just came.
Okay.
My cat passed right when it came out, and they had a cat, grass cat. So this is Fancy. Hello.
You said Lolo? You said it's Lolo?
What's up?
Her name?
Lolo?
Fancy.
Oh,
Okay, hi, Fancy. I love you, Fancy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. She holds on to memories. And that's why all my pets have like Pokemon counterparts. So when I lose them, I'll get a stuffy because I'm not gonna stuff my pets.
This is
That's
completely insane.
way too fun
That's
for me.
unwarranted behavior. Crazy.
But with getting back to One Piece, we understand that since he's rubber, he can now do things that are rubber related to the environment around him. So like if there's a stone, he can stretch it out. So by the context of Toon Force, yes, but in context of the world, Oda has somehow been able to make sense. Even like I've been following the show for 20 years. It's been going on for 1997 when
28.
the manga came out. So like it's over. It's gonna hit 30 years
Yeah.
in 2 years. So
That's why.
yes to the overall definition because I don't know. I just looked it up, but which is funny. I think there was a show called Toon Force.
Probably. It sounds familiar. It's like Toon Force is like Freakazoid. Um, yes, folks, I have said my name or my age multiple times. That I'm dating myself at this point. Freakazoid.
You said to the 37-year-old.
Well, I'm actually speaking to our audience about that one, but Freakazoid.
I know, but I'm out.
Freakazoid, Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny type slapstick stuff. And I'm gonna be I'm gonna level with you. I am pretty new to the concept of Toon Force 2. I actually forgot how I came across it. No, my buddy Samson, shout out Sam, mentioned it to me, and for whatever reason, I think I like Googled it or something, and saw that Gear 5 is debatable. It's interesting.
Yeah. He is able to impact his
Yeah, and I'm wondering like what are his limits? Obviously, I haven't read the manga or seen too much of the anime, um, but I can't lie and say that Gear 5 Luffy doesn't entice me. So maybe I might just get some type of synopsis and just start reading from where they are now, or like the latest.
Oh, I can give you a
Well,
spoiler.
not yet. I think I'm gonna like read a synopsis up until like the latest 3 or 4 arcs or something. Um, And that way because possible Toon Force Luffy does entice me a bit. I will say that.
Yeah. Well, it also helps explain it. It doesn't retcon a lot of things, but it helps explain a lot of his fighting style when like 10, 15 years ago. So all of these things are making sense because of a big reveal about the type of fruit, and that then the awakening of that allows him to literally like turn things rubber, make people around him pop their heads out, pop their eyes out of their heads, kind of thing. So it's one of those like, oh, you've been sprinkling this entire time.
Yeah,
No,
I will say that I have heard that Oda is a great writer in that regard. It's like my video profile. Oda.
I'll always say that One Piece is the best story of all time, but I'm biased because it's been with me for over
Right.
half my life.
So if I can, I kind of want to segue because we had this discussion a bit after our last episode with Boruto. I recently, hear me out, dude, because like Boruto, literally, I read they had the #1 most read chapter on Manga Plus, excuse me, for 2025 with like Sarada activating her Mangekyo Sharingan, and some people are saying it's because she's like a very popular character in the series. Well, not so much even used anymore because Kishimoto took back over, and then that's become a new topic for the fan base: is should Kishi have stayed retired? And I'm gonna say this right now: I love Kishimoto for what he did with Naruto. Naruto is like my Prisoner of Azkaban, where it's hard to rank it for me because it's just like that near and dear to my heart. But I really do feel like he should have let Kodachi continue to just tell this story the way he was telling it. It had pace. It felt more grounded, better paced, better storytelling, better narrative or character arcs. I mean, Sarada wasn't, I hate to say this because she's was 12 or 13. Now she's like, what, 16. She wasn't objectified or like a sex object or sex symbol in the manga. Like she actually had character. And so that bothers me because all that went right out the window as soon as Kishi took back over. And this is a 50-year-old man that's out of touch with the fan base and um, drinking his own Kool-Aid, so to speak. I mean, what he did with Naruto, I love you for that. Boruto is not your thing, dude. It was Kodachi, you were overseeing it, or Kodachi and Ukyo, or I hope I'm pronouncing the last name right. Yeah, and I just feel like Kishi needs to like let go, recall Kodachi, and let Kodachi, bring this thing home. Because right now I feel like there are a lot of caricatures. Like Code is a walking gag, real word. How can you disrespect Code every time he's in the manga? It's kind of like a running gag. You know what I mean? Women get put on the back burner again, and now it's just this gross story where two brothers are in a rivalry, and it's Naruto and Sasuke all over. And I just don't feel that that's what this story needed. The charm of Boruto was literally this new gen, with all these gifts, trying to navigate through after a peace time, and now they're getting dragged into things, and it felt more grounded in like arcs with Ao. Is it Ao? The Mist Ninja who had the Byakugan. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So he, even his arc, which is grounded. Koji Kashin was a great character, and it was it was a ninja story again, not a ninja god or alien god story. You had to use tactics and subterfuge and everything. So for me, I'm. What are your thoughts, too? Because I really want Kishimoto to just be hands off. Um,
well, as someone who's dreading One Piece becoming quote unquote Two Piece, I've never really been in the verse with Boruto, especially because to my understanding, Naruto is not the father that I grew up thinking that he would be. He seems to be a little bit more obtuse to what's going on with his kids, as opposed to someone who's just like, I can't wait to have people that love me, which kind of really put me off. But at the same time,
yeah,
Kishimoto, right? Yeah. After his failed, what is it, samurai manga ninja, like it was like a space thing that he tried, which
yeah,
is hot trash. Um, it's one where people are starting to, let's just say, because of Jujutsu Kaisen and other anime where women actually are characters and not just tits and ass, like it's now more noticeable when these old school mangaka come in and have
yeah,
their say. To your point, a lot of women get put on the back burner. Um, One Piece has some of the best written women, but also some of the worst characteristics of women, I guess I would probably say. Like, you hit a certain age, and then you don't even look the same. Like, boom! Like, you just grow like 50 pounds, and you don't recognize them. Which has worked out in our understanding as readers, because you don't recognize older characters that are female and how they've aged. And he's even played that gag with men. It's like, oh yes, all men get old and get fat, that kind of thing. But to that point, we just got a fight with one of our female characters, and it was like the first fight in like 900 chapters for her, because he doesn't put women in danger in that sort of situation. So there is definitely something to be said about a lot of like the big three, Bleach. I'm sorry for all the people who love Bleach. I didn't get into it, and I'm glad I didn't on how it ended. Naruto and One Piece, like the narration around the characters could definitely be a lot better, especially in 2025, when thankfully women are a part of this community now. Like they were back in the day, few and far between, just like a lot of people. But now anime is more approachable. It's a great mechanism for storytelling. And how dare they want to see female characters?
They're
Like,
people.
was it Sakura?
Sakura. Yeah.
Was it Sakura? Yeah, Sakura, who's like, I love you, Naruto. Oh my god, when she did that. Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, dude. No.
Sorry. That just triggered that.
But that's what we all were with that. Because I mean, in 2025, Naruto's response would probably be you belong to the streets. But at that time, a lot of us were, Jesus Christ, this is absolutely terrible because it seems like, especially in Naruto, women trained to be ninja as children, then grow up to just be mothers and stay-at-home wives.
Well, Tsunade was
I mean,
one of the first ones. She didn't do anything.
There are some examples that were the exception, but not enough. I mean, like you said, Jujutsu Kaisen. A lot of these, female characters are actually characters that became female. I believe that's your phrase. I hope I'm using it right. But so it's.
You what?
I don't want to overlabel it, say it's sexist writing, things like that. But there is something that can be said about writing women in that way. Sakura literally just devolved. I mean, she went through all of that training with Tsunade just to basically devolve and say, I love Sasuke and chase after Sasuke and have literally no type of agency outside of Sasuke. I mean, even in Boruto,
when the person has made it abundantly clear.
And he's tried to kill her several times. And I'm literally gonna say he tried to skull fuck her in a whole different way that's not even remotely sane. And that's what it should do right to the back of the head, folks. If you need me to clarify that. So she's like the head medic in the Leaf Village, but you never see her do anything. So my thing with Boruto is just that sometimes I have my own way. I think the sequel to Naruto should have been approached if they did anything at all, and that's just to do skip a generation or two, like make Naruto old and on his way out, and then like you can kind of do a reset of the setting and things like that. I like that Kodachi.
Well, they're not gods.
Well, I mean.
They're literally not gods if they're old. Now it's kind of hard to make stakes, and you could just be like, "Hey, Dad."
Well, like this is the thing with the situation in current Boruto. You just create tree people, and they're literally Trabants terrorizing the setting. And you just create these god tree alien being things to kind of reset the power scales that you keep fudging, and it just doesn't make sense. I mean, with Kodachi when he originally was writing it, like Boruto, obviously he's a genius and a hard worker, or he's living his father's shadow. But there are stakes at a certain point where the characters are sacrificing things to beat their opponents. I mean, karma didn't seem like an automatic button for a power up; it was more pervasive. It was like a sick, like a disease, like a parasite was living in you. It made you, it was horrifying you with body horror and things like that. Now it's just I hope this alien guy doesn't. I have to know what you're reading.
I'm looking at what you were. I typed in Naruto tree people. What the hell are these people? What is this? Is this really? What? Is this really who y'all are fighting now?
It's the worst possible future, and I don't think they realize how literal that was. I mean, they're.
What is?
Yeah. That's.
Oh, they're God Tree Naropedia fandom. You have literally someone who had. They all look emo. Like this literally looks like you took goth emo kids. His nails are painted on his toes. These are goth kids.
Bro, so I'm so glad you're crashing out. So let me tell you that there are like infants who are trying to understand the world. And one of them used the phrase.
There's an old man among them.
Yeah, and they're infants. There was Sasuke's version of the tree people, Hidari, used the phrase totally ick. Totally ick. And I died a little bit. I died a little bit. Yeah, again.
Sentient
Yep.
god trees. Yeah, so there's a chat. I'm gonna just toss this in the chat so everyone can, so this can happen, because there's one chick who looks like Kuromi, like Hello Kitty's friend. She has like the big thing on top of her head. There's another dude who has like the quintessential like emo. Is his belly button?
I'm gonna probably say yeah. I'm gonna say yeah, probably. It's the thing.
Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to.
I mean, I think it's just I have to find ways to hurt myself because the world hurts me so bad. I have to take agency somehow and control my suffering. But I'm loyal to a fault apparently. That
There's literally a dude with a long gray beard.
his name is Bug in real life. There's a character named Bug. He's an old man. Well, no, he's now. I think his tree sentient tree god being ninja pirate space alien thing is called Mamushi. But I mean, I guess that's a upgrade from Bug, right? Yeah. But I did quit reading My Hero before it ended. So,
Oh, I hate that. I hate stopped reading. I hate quit that.
yeah, I did too. I didn't like it ended, and even one of my friends apologized to me for like being a fan because he used to bash Naruto so badly. He's like, yeah, MHA kind of just happened. I'm like, I forgot it was a thing.
It had a good premise. I really liked. I would have liked it more if they would have like been able to grow up, but it was literally all one.
He should have done the time skip. I mean, it just didn't make sense that um, you kind of have like a week where Deku gets edgy. And I think that's where we all kind of just like checked out because he's like, oh, he's burnt out. Yeah, because his writer didn't write in a time skip to let things like brew and boil over. Yeah, and I think the issue with, and we can actually transition to Kagurabachi from here because Kagurabachi is that edgy anti-hero story that's written really well so far. As we approach chapter 89. I mean, it's like Bleach, JJK, a bit of Naruto all blended together to me, but just done well because I think Kishi is like that Vince McMahon type that's out of touch with his fan base and he's trying to write from his golden years and it's just that's not where we are as people in society. But like they try to have like these spreads and things and panels that are just edgy and it's just not clicking. Like Boruto does the story, the manga and story of Boruto lacks an identity just like its protagonist. But like literally there's one of the last pages in the latest chapter, Kawaki flips off one of the tree people, right? Well, okay, yeah, that's a great spread, I guess, but it doesn't do anything for the story itself. We get that Kawaki's an edgy, insane, just edgelord who is I can't even words right now with him. Anyway, we get that.
You're fine. I'm still reacting to. I accidentally clicked on who these characters are. How on earth do you have the Rinnegan? What?
I think you just throw it on them at this point. I think everybody has a magic eyeball somewhere somehow.
Then it's not special anymore.
It's actually not at all. And so, and that's the thing that's really grinding my gears with Boruto. It's just that it's become spectacle. It's just become spectacle, and it's taken away the charm of actual Boruto that was the sequel to Naruto because now we just have a continuation of the alien space god story. But Kagurabachi, I'm actually really digging and it's peaking because I'm telling you, you're gonna love the main criminal organization. And me and my buddy came up with difference between criminal and evil organizations. Um, but the criminal organization of the Hishaku, they're literally hitting Power Ranger poses as they invade the good guys' hideout. Um, it's fucking hilarious, bro. Literally.
They're hitting JoJo poses.
I mean, bro, they look like the Ginyu Force when they like break through a barrier. I mean, it's literally epic. I mean,
I appreciate.
like, how do you
Thank you
take
for that
these
one.
guys serious? And what they're doing is already like, I like where they're going with things, and it's organic. I mean, even the main big bad sits on one of those like rocket ponies at the park as he's like laying out his evil plans. Like he doesn't take himself too seriously. Eating ice cream cones and popsicles and shit. So I really like that they are so silly and goofy, but still menacing. Like they're sitting in the lobby of the government's HQ that they broke into, waiting to be directed to the bathroom before they actually start their assault. So the big bad, the main villain, literally is asking for direction because he wants to take a leap before he risks his life against the good guys or the government that they're breaking into. It's like walking into the Pentagon and asking one of the bodyguards at the front door, "Hey, where's the bathroom before I like nuke this place?"
Who's the mangaka?
What is his name?
Because I'll admit, I wanted to start reading it a long time ago when it first came out, but I've been burned so many times by starting new manga when they start, and then they just cut it. And I'm just like,
Takeru Hokozano. I'm telling you, you'll burn right through it, dude. I literally got in about probably when it was like 50 chapters in. My buddy says, like, you got to read this. You burn through it at a fast clip. I know you. I think I like caught up on it in like a week. Like it's that good of reading, man. It's a quick read, and it's just even though the main protagonist is an anti-hero type like from the 90s. Such a great story.
Oh. Well, that's pretty cool. This is really his first big one too. So, I just looked him up real quick. He had a bunch of one-shots in 21, 22, and this is like his first big step in. Because even like Oda submitted like a few things before he got started.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
He's rocking it right now, man. I mean, I know, and I have to look. I'm not always the greatest with the mangaka's names, but Chainsaw Man's. One second. Oh yeah, Tatsuki Fujimoto. Dandadan's mangaka actually worked under him, and that's Yuki Nobu.
You can kind of see that in not necessarily, actually yes, in how they mix the surrealism with like heart, because I'll tell you, Chainsaw Man, Denji is someone who is like literally the definition of a person with faults, but also at the very core, I'm like, you know what? Sometimes you just want to touch. I can't blame you for that being your raison d'etre.
And I mean, he is a teenager too, so we got to keep that. Like he's just a horny, broke, love-starved teenager who gets dragged into situations he is just way out of his depth in. And
his character is more believable.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
As a person,
I mean, it's easier to follow me. Deku's catching shit for beating Miles Morales in a death battle, and they're like, "Oh, he has to beat like normal people to actually win a fight." I mean, that's become its own meme. But I mean, I think he's more infamous for that than being famous for his own manga. I mean, take that, do with that what you will. But we're gonna touch on Chainsaw Man as we wrap here soon. But yeah, I mean, Kagurabachi is like a '90s anti-hero, like a Wolverine type, just with better characterization. I'm pretty sure Chihiro is gonna win the character popularity poll. I actually got to vote in that. So I voted for 3 characters. Yeah, yeah.
That's fun. The popularity
I
polls are so
actually,
much fun. We finally got
I
to do
finally
one for
got to do
One Piece, and
my
it was
first
so much
popularity poll.
fun.
I've been a manga fan for 20 years, like you, um, and I got to do my first popularity poll. I was fucking psyched, man. Sorry, Khaleesi. Um, but yeah, as we transition, you got to get into the Kakarot. I'm telling you, you're gonna bliss through it. You're literally gonna bliss through it, bro. Um,
Now that it's out of the 20 chapter gray area, because you never want to read it before, because if you like it and they cut it, you're screwed. So now you can trust it. Now they're not going to cut it for no. Yeah. So I could definitely try it out. I caught up to Chainsaw Man, so I definitely.
yeah, I mean, I got caught up on Dandadan. I know that was a question we had going in. I did get caught up on Dandadan, so now I'm in that week to week waiting period, which I actually kind of hate, but it is what it is. It's a good story. I can understand why Shonen is so protective of their IP that is Dandadan. But let's jump into some Chainsaw Man. Uh, War Devil pledges allegiance to the United States of America in the latest chapter. Like,
it it's one where like I'm trying to remember the state of events because like the Gun Devil, War Devil, and like the Gun Devil and like what is it?
Tank.
Gun and what else? Tank. Yeah, because that makes sense. Just comes out of like that stuff all came out of nowhere. Denji and his love slash hate, or no, the War Devil's love slash hate.
Denji just happens to love a lot of crazy women or be into crazy women, and that's pretty much every man at this point. We just get,
Oh yeah. But at the same
we get the women that just love to hate us and hate to love us.
The perfect example of that is the movie's coming out, and that's going to be about the bomb chick, who I was just like, oh, she's so nice, she's good to him, and she's like a Russian asset who's trying to murder him. This is like, well, this dude has the worst luck.
Not me this time.
It's
Yeah.
wild.
That was actually pretty hard.
Being able to see the concept that you were talking about the guy being the person being upset that Denji chose a cat over a person's life, understanding that the people were huge fans of Denji, and I'm like, this doesn't affect him. Denji is so on the spectrum,
Yeah.
it's insane. He does not care. And like I as a person am reading this like, oh, they believed in him, but it was a cat. So like how can you be upset when he makes the decision that is quintessentially him?
I'm
Like
low
him.
spectrum autistic and very, very high ADHD. Most people don't guess the autism, but I'm reading this like, Denji, you idiot. But I also understand like it was Ghost and a person absolutely going to choose Ghost, and it was probably another dog. I'm like, oh my god, I love you, and we're probably going to choose that dog or some stranger because, as I mentioned, I'm at the point with people. So.
I've gotten in big trouble in relationships.
Oh, I've said some horrible things before because yeah, but I've also let people know like some of these women aren't actually insane. Like a chick told me like, oh, I want a chow in 3 years, so Ghost might have to go. I'm like, you haven't been around for 3 days, and I like Ghost way more than you, so you can go.
Yeah, that's a line. Like, I'm sorry if you don't like my animals. I've unfortunately met people who got into relationships, got married, had kids, and then they're like, okay, now you have to get rid of them. And I'm just like, that makes me not want to try.
And that already comes hard with me. So, like now you're saying like,
yeah, like the dog.
well, first off, Ghost has to approve of you being in the house. So like, I mean,
that was fancy.
yeah, some chick told me before, she's like, a dog that doesn't pay any bills, is it gonna? I'm like, hold up, wait. He does a lot more than you do at this point, because your mouth is just running, and I just want you to do a whole lot of shutting the fuck up. It's just not enough shutting the fuck up going on right now, and so.
I mean, he's supporting the person paying the bills. Does anyone else support the person
He
paying the
doesn't
bills?
get plain.
So.
He's a great cuddle buddy. We love eating the same food. He walks in and he's by my side whether I'm having a good day or a bad day. you just seem very conditional, and you seem like you just got a lot of conditions to, and I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it, man. How many times do I have to walk
At
you?
all. How many
So I'm
times do I
joking,
have to
folks. I'm
walk
joking.
you?
That's literally a joke. But no, literally, I'm right there with Denji. Denji's, I mean, he just really wants, he's love starved, dude. At the end of the day, all the, and I love the new weird this we're getting in manga now and anime. But Denji just really I mean, he grew up dirt poor. He had to sell body parts, but he stayed, down for his pup, and his pup rewarded him. Go fancy that. As he's being taken apart because he couldn't pay a debt.
His dad's
Exactly.
debt. He couldn't even pay his own debt.
I
His
mean, he
dad's
basically
debt.
just the sins of the father was carried over to Denji, and he's trying to pay off his dad's debt. I mean, I can't even think of all the debauchery his dad got into, but the man's just paying off his dad's debt, and he ends up losing his life for it. And Fujito's like, "Hey, dude, I love you. You've been great. You stuck by my side. I'm gonna make you Chainsaw Man. Like, let's go ahead and live so you can find some happiness." And I'm right there with you because touching some blues would make me happy as long as the person behind it is just not a bunch of trauma and drama and headaches and arguing. But
Unfortunately for him, it has been every single. Like he got a
that
handy.
was probably the
Yeah.
funniest crap in the world, dude. I was not expecting. I wasn't expecting that, bro. And I was like, oh wow, they really went there. I mean, meat to meat, meat to meat. Um, and I was like, wow, oh, okay, so that's all right. That happened, and
Yep, I'm reading this on a plane too, so I'm
you
also
got
just
check,
like,
yeah, check your notes and
giggle,
like,
giggle.
like, people like, what are you? Oh my god, he's reading the dirty books. I promise. With no
Oh
pause,
man.
that actually came out really wrong. It's just a manga, folks. Um, but yeah, like it that blew my mind. That blew my mind, dude. Yeah, and
So
but that's
funny.
that's kind of the charm
So
of
funny.
Chainsaw Man. Like I would never suggest anything of that type of content for children, but it's also just a really, really off the wall manga that um, teenagers and young adults can get into.
It's not something I would recommend to anyone. I would go with like um, fruits baskets or what is the one about the woman traumatized by war?
Oh, I know Fruits Basket. I never read it.
Uh, it's not fruits baskets, but her arms are got
Wow,
ripped off. Um, oh my goodness.
that's
But I would recommend Chainsaw Man to someone who likes both Texas Chainsaw Massacre and
yeah,
Beer Fest,
yeah.
things like that. It's a good mix between that kind of humor and that
I
kind
would
of
recommend it to young
not
adults.
vulgarity, but
I would
gore.
recommend it to young adults, especially if I know you like horror. Like if you're a spooky season aficionado like me, which I'm actually trying to plan my cosplay for Halloween and some conventions. But yeah, if you're a fan of horror and gore and you're a young adult and can handle some more a bit of maturity and immaturity, I would recommend Chainsaw Man. Um, but I mean, yeah, I mean the latest chapter and basically she's got nukes back, and it's not because Denji vomited up the nukes. It's because America recreated nukes. And my buddy explained the timeline between Makima in part one, basically having the world in a chokehold. Literally, she has a noose around the world's neck, and the time America recreated nukes to kind of um, uh, not fall behind or lose control of their power base. And that's he explained. They don't just fear just for the sake of fear. They fear lack of control because of Makima. And Makima, she was
I
a
understand.
stellar villain. And I think part two has won it for a Makima, but it's actually shaping up to be pretty decent depending on how things go with Lil D.
Well, the villain for me, Gravity has been this reoccurring monster. Yeah, no, Fall, the Fall Devil.
Yes,
Because it's
Fall.
not Gravity, it's the Fall Devil. Fall Devil has really not necessarily taken the place of Makima, but has been that boogie boogie part that kind of allows the War Devil to still be a quote-unquote ally, kind of like how Makima was all up until the last second when he ate her. Still one of the most insane moments when I'm just like, oh, he's just sitting here eating. And he just starts like mock, and then he starts talking to it.
Yeah, it turns out to be Bae. He found a different way to eat her out. It was right there. Yes, I took the low-hanging fruit.
Oh, low-hanging! I haven't even thought of that one. So that's how much that's Fos. He finally found a way to eat her out. Oh God, finally found a way to get her up inside of him. That was funny. And then he like adopts her.
Yeah, just think about his luck with women, dude. He literally his first kiss, the chick vomits in his mouth. And
that panel.
That's gonna lead some trauma. So you're damn right. Literally, you're damn right, dude. I was, yeah. So Denji just had an experience. From bad first kisses, bomb devils trying to abduct him, being brainwashed, having to eat his crush, his first real crush. Now he's getting handies and kisses from War Devil, who's again trying to make him her slave, like Makima, and he's just so checked out. He's just like, I don't even care anymore.
Who did he talk to? And she's batshit crazy too. But who did he talk to about bringing power back? He had a conversation with someone about trying to resurrect or find power.
Oh, I forgot Powie. Powie was just so batshit insane, bro.
I'm trying to think. But she was a great character. Absolutely love her.
I hate it.
But he was talking to some character about trying to bring her back, and I'm just like,
yeah.
Finally! And then we see like her and Aki.
Oh, Yoshida. I think it was Yoshida he was talking to. Well, actually, like Yoshida. So I didn't like Power just because, or Power and Powie, whatever, just because I literally hate liars. And she was a compulsive liar. I was like, ugh, every time she opens her mouth. I need to talk to my therapist. Feeling tripped.
Oh yeah, she's a
pathological compulsive. There's nothing she said that's ever been the truth. I can't think of anything she said that was ever true. Well, yeah, I did. That's kind of hard to even think about, being friends with a compulsive liar. But they did have some type of genuine bond. So when she died, I was like, oh fuck, wasn't expecting that. I actually cried when Aki died. I was kind of just like.
I was just thinking like that was a difficult chapter. You would think it's difficult because of the gore, but understanding that Aki is finally had a snowball fight with his dead brother, who upon dying is the reason that he hates demons to begin with. So that literal epicenter of who his character is, and literally him and Denji are having this murderous fight, and Denji finally has to say, please forgive me, and like he still lives with them.
It still lives with me. I'm literally in tears. My buddy Sam is like, "Why are you crying, bro?" I'm like, "Bro, how are you not crying over this? Or didn't you cry over this? This is just tearing away my heart." And I was at work. I was like right before or after a work event. I was traveling for that. And I was just like, Jesus Christ, I have to go work after this. And again, my buddy's like, you can become a lot more emotional lately. I'm like, my therapist says it's healthy. But yeah, I like Chainsaw Man. I do think, Falling Devil has been great, even though she's a pawn, to Death Devil. I forgot the other person she was using. I want to see what happens once Death Devil kind of takes the reins of this plot, because for me, Makima just had so much riz. Gojo had to kind of get one off just to get his a big victory after losing to Sukuna. I just saw what you posted in the chat. Yeah, So for me, I want to see where this goes because I feel like it hasn't hit its peak yet, or maybe it's because I think it's maybe because it's just week to week for me. Even though Chainsaw Man seems to take 2 weeks every 2 weeks, um, which is fine. I mean, burnout is a huge thing for people these days. But we're coming up on an hour. I think we should probably wrap within the next 5 minutes. You got any final
Time
I,
flies.
I mean, I just enjoy these conversations, especially talking nerd shit and laughing about all the goofy stuff we see. Any final thoughts? I mean, actually, let me ask you this because I'm a huge fan of Ishida Sui, the author or the mangaka for not Chainsaw, Tokyo Ghoul, and he
Oh,
has a
okay.
new one that's what's not new now. It's been out for like 4 or 5 years. Um, Choujin X. Have you checked it out? Oh, you'd love it. I mean, it might. I don't want to say it's better than Tokyo Ghoul, but it's the reason I'm a fan of Ishida Sweet.
What mangas? Tokyo Ghoul. Untitled. Oh, Untitled Hunter X.
Never heard that one.
Oh, Hunter x Hunter. Oh yeah, he
Mm-mm.
writes Hunter x Hunter. Choujin X. I've never.
Choujin X is great, dude. You got to get into it.
Oh, oh, you look like an edge lord. Oh,
It's
hello there.
literally fantastic writing.
How far is he?
There's like 105 chapters, but he releases like on his own schedule. Yeah, so like
Okay.
I think mechanically he's on chapter. Let me just double check. Um, 66.1
It looks
because
like.
he does like chapters within chapters.
Okay. So kind of he kind of drops a volume
Yeah.
at a time.
I think we're probably going to get a chapter later today, even though he doesn't have an official schedule.
Oh, this is intense. Yeah, I haven't seen this, but I just brought it up on the X slash Twitter slash whatever you want to call it.
I just call it the Twitter at this point. I can't think about just calling it X. That just doesn't even sound appealing.
No, because there are videos on this, and do you call it X videos? Because I grew up with that being a completely different understanding.
I don't think I understand your reference, sir, but I think that would be a good point to put a pin in this. Um,
Yes, don't understand X videos.
I've never heard of it. Never visited that website in my life,
Oh,
said Howie.
oh, it's funny.
No, dude, I definitely think you want to check out Chosen X, though, dude. I'm hoping we get a new chapter tonight, just because I literally Tokyo is like my spirit animal in a sense of someone who's finally taken the reins of his own life and become the main character in his own story. Yeah, and just growing and taking I've always taken accountability, but taking accountability and then taking action to change my narrative and the issues I deal with or whatever. So I like there's a line that Tokyo has in a recent chapter. He's like, I like who I am now more. So like when I tell people, just call me Taco. Like I like being Taco more than I liked, my old life. So I highly suggest because I mean all the characters. Ellie, another female character that is phenomenal. Oh my god, she's like the main. She's secretly the main character. But Ellie is great. You will not be disappointed, dude. That's my final say before I tell everybody to like, subscribe, share, give us 5 stars, whatever. Um, but uh, any final thoughts from you, DB?
No, can't wait for the next one. Definitely, I'm watching anime right now, season to season, episode for the season, this new season. So there's definitely some that I can talk about and recommend. The show that I was talking about earlier, with Violet Evergarden, that's something I recommend to anyone. I did a seminar to elderly people on why anime is such this important thing to young people, and I always will recommend Violet Evergarden because it's something that they can even approach in many different cases. So Violet Evergarden, 12 episodes, is beautiful, gorgeous. It's about a war veteran who has no idea where to go in life. So as someone who's seen that with my own parents, my own father, it's like very, very important for me. As well as people who don't really understand the emotions of other people around them, which me in many cases, I really am like, why are people reacting this way? And then I have to put myself in their shoes. So it's one of those stories that allows for you to understand how to
Yeah,
be a
and
person.
I think that's, I actually made a note to look that one up. I'm reading Mountain Climber or Koko no Hida, one of my favorite. Just the art style. It's just so much to take in, though. But I mean, learning to be a person is something I've been being more intentional about, especially being low spectrum autistic. I know I'm very transparent about that now, even on the podcast, just because I don't feel or process emotions the same a lot of people do. So some people see my flat affect and think I'm just having a bad day. It's just like, no, dude, I haven't had my Starbies at 7 a.m. and at the people. But just processing my own feelings, and I don't lack empathy. I just need to be more selective with how I give it away. Um, because I'm just a open care bear basically. But yeah, I'm gonna read up or look up your suggestion, Violent Evergarden. I highly suggest Chosen X for you, and we can touch base again next Thursday. Same time, same place.
Sounds good.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
Well, thank you all. Make sure to like, subscribe. I can't words now. Like, subscribe, share, drop 5 stars on the best podcast and the best voice of podcasting. And later, Space Cowboys.
Peace.